Hey, badass. Welcome to today's live tea session. Today we're going to be talking about what's the real reason behind you sometimes feeling like you can show up, do live sessions and schedule the content and everything. And then on some days, you just want to hermit and disappear from the face of the earth. I really wanted to talk about this topic because you know what happens sometimes? Sometimes we feel like we're not disciplined enough. We should be showing up, but we don't understand that, we are cyclical people and our energy is always going to ebb and flow, right? It's going to be high and then it's going to go down. And we have this tendency to just blame ourselves when we don't have enough energy. And we're like, I should be feeling like showing up every day, which is not realistic. So this is going to be kind of a different live tea session because I know you know this, but I really wanted us to go a little bit deeper and talk about why is it that sometimes you really don't feel like showing up, because it is important that you know what's behind it so you can actually plan your life and your business accordingly and win. Because when you are not okay, when you are wasting time blaming yourself and shaming yourself, like it's time that we could be doing some other things like way more interesting, like loving on ourselves, having fun, having, thriving businesses and stuff like that. So that's what the tea is going to be about this week. This live tea session is based on our Tuesday tea, which was all about owning the fact that we want to become visible, owning the fact that we want to make money from our businesses, right? Because I feel like there's so much shame behind us women just owning the fact, yes, I do want attention, the good kind, obviously. Yes, I do want attention. Yes, I do want to make money. And it's something that I've been seeing here on Substack that a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, I do want, but it's okay if nobody reads it. It's okay if nobody sees our work. It's not okay. We want to be seen, right? And sometimes, yeah, we want to be seen, but sometimes we don't feel like it. So what the hell is happening? What is going on, right? So that's what we're diving deep into. I see my friend Gaia is here. Hi, Gaia. Thank you for joining me. And as you are catching this on the replay, let me know you are watching this on the replay. I saw you watching last week and it was so cool. It always makes me happy. Okay. And as per usual, there is a gift in the end. So if you watch till the end, maybe you are going to be the first person to grab the gift. Who knows? Hmm. Okay. So let's get this thing out of the way. I already told you, when you are not feeling energized, when you are not feeling like showing up for your business, when you are not feeling like doing the live, right? Some of us are just like, oh my God, I have to create content. This is horrible. And on some days it's okay. And some days it's not okay. It is like the problem is not you. Okay. Something really real, really biological is happening. There are other reasons why this happens, but today I want to focus on one specific one, okay? Because we know there are mindset reasons for us to not be able to show up. Maybe there are medical reasons, but I will hope that you trust your judgment and you take what I say, and if you identify with it, I think you're going to love what I have to tell you, okay? So here's the thing. Beside all the mindset thing and whatever, we have to think that as women, we have a way of energy functioning that it's completely different from men, and it's completely different from what has been said that we have to follow in order to have a successful business and to have a happy life, right? We have been told that we have to go, 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 go. But here's the thing. We as women, we have a cycle, right? We have a menstrual cycle. At least most of us have a menstrual cycle. And if you don't have a menstrual cycle anymore, you do have your own unique energy cycle. So we're not supposed to be going and going every day. And Sam joined us. Hi, Sam. Hi. Thank you for joining us. So as women, we have that cycle that has different phases. So if you still have your menstrual cycle, if you have one, you are going to go through 4 different phases that are going to affect directly your business and your life. And I'm always talking about the menstrual cycle. Every live, I'm talking about menstruation and stuff because that's how it, for me, it's just so crucial and it's so important for you to manage your energy and for you to manage the way you do business and the way you show up in your life. I don't think we have allowed ourselves to actually let it be as important as it truly is. As women, we just think that we have to push through. Oh, you don't want to show up? Just do it. Oh, you don't want to do this? No, you have to do it because it does not matter what phase of your cycle you are. You just have to keep pushing through. And I am here to freaking break this thing because you don't have to push through. What I believe that we have to do is to learn about our cycles, empower ourselves with information on how our cycles work, not only in general, but also like how our personal cycle, how our energy works in general and personally, right? And then from there, planning our life around it. Because I don't know about you, but I am so done planning my life around like a man made, men. When I'm talking about men, I'm talking about guys, testosterone. I'm tired of following this man's clock or the thing that men are supposed to be doing. It's just not for us. And if we add on top of that, the fact that many of us have been through trauma, have been through abuse, and it's just like we just can't, continue this rhythm. So today I'm here like, let's just break this shit and try and do things differently. Sam is like, yes, I'm all for empowerment. Yes, I'm in menopause now, though. I mean, Sam, you know what you can do? A lot of people who are going through menopause now and they don't have like menopause, meaning like got through the perimenopause. I'm in menopausal now. There's no periods. A lot of people follow the moon cycle. And I'm actually going to talk about this in a workshop that I'm doing inside of our paid community. But I'm going to talk about it in the end. But you can follow the moon cycle and you can also check in with yourself, have like a diary and check in how your energy works throughout the days, throughout the weeks, right? Because we all have a cycle. For me, it's like it doesn't matter if you don't have a menstrual cycle, you do have a cycle of energy. And it's so beautiful to know how you work because that's going to benefit your life, your business. It's going to benefit the way if you have a creative project. Now, I think I'm going to have a session with this wonderful woman. She's already in menopause, but she has this beautiful project. She's working on her book, and I just can't wait to dive in with her. So I can help her get her book out there, but following her energy cycles, right? Yeah. Oh, Sam is saying that makes sense. Amazing. I'm happy it makes sense. So let's think about, for example, when you have your menstrual cycle, right? So you have your period. That means that you have like low energy, right? And when you have low energy, you don't feel like showing up on camera. You don't feel like recording content. Honestly, I don't feel like seeing people, especially men. I'm just like, just give me the ladies. I don't feel like seeing anybody. And we have this tendency to think about, oh, I'm on my menstrual phase. This is horrible. And we feel like, and I remember saying to myself, like, oh, I'm not myself when I'm on my period. But I mean, it's still me, right? And I stopped saying that because it's still us. We have all of these cycles and all of the cycles is us. It's not just us when we have high energy, right? But there is a power in the menstrual cycle. So for example, the menstrual cycle is so good for planning because you are more introspective. So if you own your business and there is something that is kind of like, bugging you, you don't know, you're not sure how you're going to go around it. And if you have the luxury of being able to wait for this, planning mode to come, you can be like, you know what? I'm going to think about it more towards my luteal and menstrual phase. Like that's something that you can do. Like you can grab, and I'm so passionate about this because you can grab your cycle and you can just harness the power of each phase. Because we talk about the menstrual phase, the luteal phase, like, oh my God, it's so horrible. But at the same time, there's so much power in it that can completely change your life and your business if you have one. So that's, for example, the menstrual phase. It's perfect for planning. And if you have problems, and we've been talking a lot about visibility, right? Let's say you have this visibility block, which is something that has been coming a lot in my paid membership in the academy. A lot of the members are telling me how they have this visibility block, right? So let's say you have a visibility block and you want to start a series of content and you want to start a series online, right? And you want to create videos and show up. So if you are cycle aware, you're not going to do this on your menstrual cycle. On your menstrual cycle, you feel like shit, you know? So you're not going to do this in on your menstrual cycle. And B, because you are cycle aware, you are not going to force yourself to do it when you are on your menstrual cycle. And the same, if you know how your energy works and you're following, for example, the moon cycle, you're going to allow yourself to do it at a more, auspicious moment, I would say. That's the power of it. And for me, it's a real business strategy. For me, I am about to actually sit down. I'm thinking about doing a 5-day, it's going to be a 5-day free challenge that I'm thinking about doing. And it's going to be all about resetting after the vacation because a lot of us have been working like crazy or taking care of other people like crazy. So I'm thinking about doing that. But I am always going to sit down and check my cycle to see when it makes, when it makes more sense to me. And then, for example, you're in your follicular phase, your energy is rising, like you just feel more creative, start new things. So remember how I told you about the content series, for example, like a video series that you want to make? You would want to start it at your follicular phase because you're more creative, like you have more energy in general. And this works if you have a cycle. If you don't have a cycle, I feel we need to stop blaming ourselves for our energy levels. Yes, you can try and lift your energy up. Yes, you can do you can play some music to pump yourself up. But I love the idea of us honoring our energy levels so we're not fighting all the time. That's why a lot of people just quit on their projects and whatever they are trying to build because they're always fighting themselves, right? If you're always fighting yourself and always doing things when you are supposed to be resting, and then it's really easy to slip into, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to continue. I don't have what it takes. Like how many of us, it's like, I don't have what it takes. Well, if you are low energy and trying to push yourself, yeah, you don't have what it takes because you don't have the energy. But that doesn't mean that tomorrow you're not going to have the energy. And when you cycle sync, you know when you're going to have the energy and you plan according to it. Like it's so freaking powerful. It's so freaking powerful. Gaia and Sam, I'm so happy that you are here with me. If this is making sense, if you want to say your thoughts, say your piece. I know you ladies, you are so wise. Gaia is a good friend of mine and she's so wise. If you want to share something, go ahead and share it in the comments. Okay. This is beautiful when it's a conversation. But yeah, ovulatory phase, peak energy. So let's do the hard things. Let's have the hard conversations, right? Let's do the 5-day challenge because then you have the energy to show up for 5 days. Well, me particularly, I know that's too much for me and that's the power of connecting with yourself. But you know what I mean? Then you have all of this energy. And the luteal phase, it's true that you have like energies going down, right? But did you know that on your luteal phase, you have this spidey sense and you are way more aware of your surroundings? And it feels like nitpicking because we're so annoyed and sometimes there's PMS, but also there's power in that because you start paying attention to detail. So if you want to take a look at projects and how you plan things, the luteal phase is just perfect for that. So you may want to take a little bit of and I love it when we get to experiment with our different phases. So if you were inspired by this conversation, I really advise you to experiment a little bit and notice it. So this is information that I share in depth inside of the Gentle Badass Academy. The Gentle Badass Academy is my paid membership here on Substack. I made it affordable, so pretty much everybody can join. It's 22 euros per month or 77 for the year, which is like, we don't just talk about cycle syncing, but cycle syncing is this month's topic. And what we are going to do is on Sunday, we are going to have an in-depth workshop where I am going really deep with you and talk about all of the phases of your menstrual cycle. I am also going to pair it with your moon cycle so you can follow. If you have a period, then you follow the menstrual cycle. If not, you're going to follow the moon cycle. I'm so excited for this workshop. This is one of those things that I always wanted to do. And if you are catching this on the replay and if you catch this later, no problem. This is going to be inside of the Gentle Badass Academy. We have a huge library of premium resources, including the workshop and the exploration work that we are doing this month. So you can always join and catch the replay. I would love to see some of you there because this is just, for me, as I said, this is a strategy for business and life. You honoring your energy and knowing how is it that you can potentialize all of the phases so you can thrive in your business and you can thrive in your life. And even if you have a job, I remember when I was working as a primary school teacher, that's a normal job, right? I had a true 9 to 5 and I've learned about cycle syncing and my menstrual cycle and all of that. And I was still honoring it. Obviously, when you have a business, you kind of have more power, right? But when I was working as a teacher, I would always do the same. For example, when I was in my late luteal phase and I was going to teach my students, I tried to already have the classes prepared in advance so I didn't have to go and make that extra effort. And when I was on my menstrual phase, I always tried to have those activities where the kids were doing more than I was doing, right? And when I was not cycle syncing, I would just do whatever and then deal with the consequences. So now this is a way of you with cycle syncing, moon syncing, and your menstrual cycle. You are taking your power back and you are saying, okay, so this is what works for me best at that date. And I do this even when I'm scheduling things. I'll be just like telling people, oh, let me see. I'll grab my calendar and I grab my menstrual cycle calendar. And then I tell you when I'm available because that's just how I work. And in case you are thinking, oh, maybe this is like really complex, it is not. Like at the end of the day, you are going to get so used to. And if you come to the workshop, we are going to do a cycle syncing plan. And you can plan for your life, you can plan for your business, you can use it for whatever creative process that you are working on right now. So we're really like doing this live and I'm going to walk with you and I'm going to teach you and I'm going to share with you also my experience and you will be able to tailor it to the life that you have right now because we all, have different experiences, right? So you're going to have your plan and besides that, not only you have your plan, but since inside of the academy we have Q&A sessions and we also have focus work session, you are going to be able to ask me any questions after the workshop and you can say, Erica, here's my plan. Is this cool? Should I change something? You can ask me any questions you got. And speaking of questions, ladies, do we have any questions or any thoughts? Something that I can answer for you? This is such an exciting topic for me. And for me, it's just amazing that I get to do this in the workshop and really go deep with you because that's like 2 hours for me to share everything. And then we would have to meet. And thank you so much for joining me. This is amazing. I was like, I hope somebody's there because guess what? Today is starting my luteal phase and I'm like, oh my God, low energy. So this is going to be a short live. I gave you my nuggets. I told you about what's happening inside of the academy and hopefully some of you join. Okay, so not for now. Thank you. Oh my God. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Make sure to read the Tuesday Tea. It was a really interesting one. I was so scared to share it because I'm calling some people out, but I made sure I called myself out as well. So So it's very interesting just from conversations that I've been seeing and um, about the visibility and money. You know what, ladies, let's just own the fact that we want money, that we want to become visible and our projects to become visible. Let's stop hiding and let's take our power back. Okay, let's just, if we have to follow our menstruation cycle, let's just do it, remove the taboo, because I mean, it's nature. That's who we are, and we should honor that because that's who we freaking are. Oh, Sam says, "Lovely listening to you." Oh, thank you so much. That makes me so happy. Okay, I guess I'm gonna love you and leave you. Like I had a friend from Ireland. She also always told me this: love you and leave you. So I'm gonna love you and leave you for now, honoring my cycle, resting a little bit more, and I guess I'll see you. I do this every week on Friday, and every week there's a different topic. It's based on the Tuesday tea that I do every week. So I guess I'll see you next Friday. Or if you're catching the replay, comment replay so I know. And the gift. Okay, the gift. Oh my God, I almost didn't give you the gift. Look. So here's the gift for you. Paying attention. Okay, I need to think of a keyword. Okay. So Um, if you have never had a session with me ever, this is just for new people, okay? If you never had a session with me ever in your life, I am gifting 2 free sessions, okay? So all you have to do is comment cycle, and I am going to I'm going to send you a link for you to book a session with me. Okay. What is it that we can do in the session with me? So I work on mindset. I do a lot of mindset work and forward work to help you move forward and build the life that you want. I help you create systems for your business, for your work, for your creative projects. So, and I work with life and business. So you can bring me your life and business questions or something that you are struggling with, and we will work during the session. So what kind of things you can bring over to me? So, an example, I had recently a client that she wanted to find a way of having a sales system without burning herself out. Yeah. I had one person that I was working with. She was having problems with her rebranding. So she needed advice on that. As I told you, I have somebody who's going to have a session with me, and she's currently writing a book, but she's not consistent enough. But these are just examples, okay? You can bring any topic you want. So comment down below the word cycle, and I'll send you the link. It's as simple. There's no catch. It's just it. Okay. You just comment cycle. I'll send you the link. It's a true coaching and mentoring call. So get ready to do some work. Bring in a topic that I know it's hard to choose. But bring in one topic so we can really lock in, right? Because if you bring me like a bunch of topics, it's going to be hard to focus, and then you don't get as much benefit as you would get, right? So one topic. But for now, what you have to do is comment cycle, and I'll send you a DM and we book the call. It's very important that you comment cycle so other people know that the gift is taken. Because if we don't comment, then people don't know that the gift is already taken. Okay. All right. That's my gift to you. This is something that I'm doing during the month of August, and I'm having fun because I'm getting to know lots of you and I'm getting to, to help you, and it's amazing. Okay. All right. Okay, bye bye, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being a part of the Gentle Badass. For me, it's just a joy being a part of this community. And I've been in the DMs with some of you, and it's just like so exciting. And if you want more, if you want to dive deep and really do the work, really practice it, for example, making the plans, creating systems and structures that work for you, and really have that one-on-one time with me. Well, actually, it's more group time, but now we are a group of 12 ladies. We're going to be 13 after tomorrow. So now you have loads of alone time with me now, which is really cool. Okay. So if you want that, like more depth and more everything, come over to the academy. You're going to see like some subscribe buttons or upgrade and somewhere. Okay. And now I will love you and leave you. Remember, be a freaking badass because you are already. Like, there's no question about it. Just remind yourself and be a little bit gentle. Okay. Well, a lot. Just be gentle. Okay. You're the best. Bye.